Back here on Hot Mic, we got a huge night of high school football. First Down Friday, week 3 on tap. We've got 3 games for you right here on Extra. Minot and Shanley. We're going to chat about that in a minute. On WDAY2, you can check out Rogers and Moorhead. That'll be fun. And on WDAY Plus, exclusive there, the battle for the paddle between Detroit Lakes and Perham. You can stream all the games as well, of highlights of all these and a bunch more coming up later tonight on First Down Friday. And I mentioned that Minot-Shanley game. The last time those two teams played, pretty good football game at the Dakota Bowl last November, with the Magicians coming out beating Shanley, and they'll set to take the field again. Our pleasure to welcome back to our show Minot head football coach Chauncy Hendershot joins us here on this Friday. I dare ask, how many times you get asked about the Shanley game a day now?
It's dwindled, over the summer. Maybe, that was a hot topic in the cold winter of North Dakota. But it's a new season, new year. People are moving on, and we are too.
Well, here you go. It's game 2. I know you look at each game on the schedule, and each team is different. You guys are different. Certainly they are, but there's ingrained memories for the guys that are back. I'm assuming you don't need much of a pep talk for tonight's game.
No, it's going to be a beautiful night, an awesome AAA football matchup, and a program that we have a ton of respect for. I think, talking to our guys when we go down to Shanley, it's such a great game day atmosphere. We come out here game 2, a lot to clean up. Really, really challenging program to go against, but we're really excited to make the trip and get another opportunity at it here.
I know we were visiting off air about how last week against Cheyenne, you told me it's week 1. So the old tradition is, or the old saying, most improvement from game 1 to game 2. Is that true, or is that just a coaching philosophy that's been thrown out there?
Well, you get all the coach speak in your job, and I think for us, we'd like to make it most improvement from rep to rep. Certainly last week there were some game 1 mistakes and game 1 errors that you might expect to see, some conditioning elements too. But credit to Cheyenne, that's a really good football team, and they played us really tough. Our guys fought to the end, but going back to the film room and assessing it, we have a lot to clean up, and we had a good week of practice and are excited to try again here this evening.
To have these games, Chauncy, against the EDC, I know it counts, but it doesn't hurt your conference record. So what are you looking to get out of these games before heading back into WDA play?
Well, I think for this group and for our team, establishing roles and finding best ways to fit our guys, also giving opportunities for people who are now rising into starting positions or specific roles on the team, to give them another opportunity to get reps, live reps on a Friday night, and assess and go from there.
Especially against a team like this, that goes a long way, I imagine, right?
Absolutely. Great program. The extremely well coached, and it's going to be a challenge.
Tell us about the 2024 Minot football team, what you lost and what you have back that excites you about this fall.
We are leaning. We have another large senior class. So we have 23 seniors. One new thing this year with our split, we've been 3 years in the city split here in Minot. We're starting to see the junior and sophomore classes, a little bit slightly smaller numbers. So, depth is a big issue for us. We're certainly not unique in that problem. Other programs have gone through this too. This is the year really where we feel that depth. So for us, we're leaning on this. We have about 24 seniors on our roster. We're leaning on them, players that have been in big positions before, and now are assuming that leadership position in our program, and coming back, trying to hold that standard that's been created the last couple of years.
Do you feel, I'm assuming you had to address this with the guys as well, even though some maybe didn't play as much last year, that you guys are the champs, so you're going to get, Minot always gets everybody's best shot, but does it feel an added pressure, so to speak, knowing full well you guys are the defending champions?
I think that's kind of challenging for high school kid. I think last year was last year. Credit to that team and what we were able to do last year. We don't want them to ever forget that. They can enjoy that for the rest of their lives. But every Friday night in AAA football is a grind. And it is so tough to just to get a win. And there are a lot of elements to that. We want to make sure that complacency, entitlement has no place in the program, and just have our eyes forward, focus on the next rep, and get after it. And I think our guys have done a good job of that.
I visited with Givey about this in Bismarck, knowing full well what you have in store in the WDA, and you mentioned it on every Friday in AAA. That's a challenge, but it also makes it fun, right? We're knowing, okay, there are no pushovers when you're playing on Fridays.
Yep. No pushovers. It's going to take 4 quarters. Unique styles of play as well. When you go from prepping for a Shanley, to when it's time, we'll prep for Davies next week. You have Bismarck High, Bismarck Century, all these programs that do it a little bit different, and a wide variety of football. They execute very well. It is a lot of fun, and that's, I think, the biggest thing for our team. Is to take the pressure off. Just go back and let's have fun on Friday nights and let it rip, because there's nothing like it.
For fans that are going to watch the game or go to the game, give us a couple guys that maybe we don't know that have a chance to stand out for your team tonight.
I think I'm always looking at our O-line. I don't know if fans are, we have some new guys up front. Obviously Dylan Huber is returning for us. He played every snap in our last 2 games last year. He's kind of the stalwart on our offensive line, but guys like Lincoln Brooks, Raja Fulton, Adam Morozic, Liam Neff, Lincoln Brooks, like that's where games are won and lost. And we need them to have a good game week in and week out.
When you get a game like this, I always ask this as well, so I apologize for the Captain Obvious question, but is a quick start necessary in a game like this, or not so much?
We want to start strong. I think we're always going to play till the clock says 0. So no matter what happens, we'll adjust and go. But yeah, we want to start strong. You get off the bus on when it's all said and done, about a 5-hour trek down to Fargo. Get off the bus. We want to shake those legs off, and we want to show up to play football at 7 p.m. So it's important. It's not, it's a wild game and the ball bounces a funny way, but it's certainly the objective to get out and go right away.
How about for getting on the bus? You mentioned that longer road trip. How much of a bonding experience is this? You take, hey, we're going on the road. We galvanize us to get on the bus and let's go win a football game tonight.
Yeah, our first road trip here this year. I know in years past, especially out west, if you head to Fargo, you got some team bonding time kind of just built into the day. So we hope that it's a great experience. Again, going back to our seniors, we have a great group there that can take some of those young guys under their wing, and we get to break bread together. We'll stop and eat some lunch, and then arrive and go play a game and get back in the wee hours of the morning.
I had Jacob Holman on, the head coach at Minot North, and I asked him this, so I have to ask you, how often do you get asked almost every day about when is Minot and Minot North going to play football? How often do you get asked that these days?
Yeah, I think we're probably the ones asking the question, more so like it'll be awesome in the city when that can get going.
See, I know there's a lot of people excited to see that happen. It's great to see you, bud. Thanks so much for the time. Safe travels down here, and good luck tonight, okay?
And thank you very much.
Good to see you, bud. There he goes, Chauncy Hendershot, head coach of the Minot Magicians. They'll take on Shanley tonight, part of a triple header of coverage on our networks, WDAY Extra, WDAY 2, and WDAY Plus, which will be a fun. They're different, obviously. There are a lot of different players in the matchup, but there's still a lot of talent. And should be fun to watch tonight here on Extra, 7 o'clock between Minot and Shanley. We'll break. We come back. One of the big college football games of the weekend. Of course, it involves Deion's Colorado Buffaloes. They're heading to Nebraska. We'll preview that, plus a couple of Omaha guys who can be on the field tomorrow for the Bison. Our next guest knows all about them. Hot Mike, back after this.